Good day everyone, I am Daisuke A. Legaspi from the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, second year. So today, I will be discussing about a one contingency approach to leadership styles, which is the Vroom's decision-making model. So this topic is from one of our subjects in this semester, which is the engineering management. So as future civil engineers, learning about leadership is vital for us, or let me say important for us, because as future civil engineers, we are also future leaders in our respective fields. We are expected to lead people that would work under us, provide specific instructions for them, lead them in the different construction processes, and any other engineering-related situations that require a leader. So much for the introduction. Let's discuss directly to the Vroom's decision-making model. So the Vroom's decision-making model was developed by Victor Vroom, and it focuses on the different decision-making styles used by a specific type of leader one is. So basically, Vroom's decision-making model serves as a blueprint or a guide for all the leaders or all engineer managers in deciding for a specific situation. Also, these models guides those leaders on deciding to what extent are they going to involve their subordinates or their team members in the decision-making process. So for example, there is a problem in specific building A. Let's call that building A. There are problems in that site that can be solved only by the engineer manager. So the opinion or the suggestion of the low-ranking employees is not needed in this type of situation. So there are 5 decision-making styles practiced by 3 different types of leaders. So in the past lessons, we already have discussed the 3 different types of leaders. But as this presentation goes on, we will also learn further about those different types of leaders and the 5 decision-making styles that they are practicing. So for an autocratic type of leader, there are 2 decision-making styles, the A1 and the A2. And for a consultative type of leader, there are also 2 decision-making styles, which are called C1 and C2. And lastly, for a group-directed leader, there is 1 decision-making style, which is called as the G1. So first is an autocratic leader. So there are 2 decision-making styles that are practiced by an autocratic leader. Before anything else, let me first discuss present what an autocratic type of leader is. So an autocratic type of leader is a type of leader that does not seek for the input of his or her subordinates because he or she can already decide for the organization. So there are 2 decision-making styles under this type of leader. So the first one is the A1. So being under an autocratic type of leader, in A1, it is clear that the team leaders, the team members have no voice on their opinions because the sole decision maker in the organization is the team leader. As for the A2, the team leader asks for the opinion of his or her members secretly. So for example, he or she or the team leader asks about a certain situation on his or her subordinates, but the team leader does not disclose to them that that specific situation is already present or happening inside their organization. But same as the A1 decision-making style, the leader is still the one that will decide for the company at the end of the day. So for A1 and A2, I am not saying that being under an autocratic type of leader or being an autocratic type of leader yourself is negative, because there are also circumstances that being this type of leader is beneficial for the organization or the company. So let's have an example. For example, a problem arises in the construction site, and that problem occurs in your field of expertise. So, as a leader, you will decide immediately because it is urgent, and at the same time, it is your area of expertise. So, it is not reasonable enough to call for an emergency meeting when at the end, your opinion is the only one that will matter because you are the one that is expert in that field. So next is the decision-making styles practiced by consultative type of leader. So from the root word itself, consult, a consultative type of leader consult his teammates about their suggestions or opinions about a specific problem in which there is a moderate participation of the team members in the decision-making process. So unlike in the A1 and A2, here in C1 and C2, there is the subordinate participation is more extensive than the first two. So for C1, so simply, the leader seeks for the input of his or her subordinates individually about their opinions and suggestions. And for C2, the leader seeks for the input of his or her team as a group. So the main difference of the decision-making style C1 and C2, so for C1, the subordinates, the opinion or the suggestion of the subordinates is asked individually. And as for C2, a group discussion is held in order to arrive on a consensus. But just like for A1 and A2, the decision will still be coming from the team leader or the engineer manager. He or she still has the authority or the power to decide for the team, and it is still left on his or her discretion whether he or she will follow the opinion or put the suggestion or opinions of his or her subordinates into consideration in deciding. So lastly is for the group-directed type of leader. So the leader does not actually put a lot of work here as compared to the first four decision-making style. Because here in the group-directed type of leader or in G1, the role of the leader or the engineer manager is only to facilitate, or like he and his team members have the same power to decide. They should decide as a group and not only the team leader. So as what I have said, here in G1, there is a high subordinate participation because both the leaders and the team members have the same power in the decision-making process. A group discussion is held and the group decides as a team for the organization. So an example of this is the engineering department meeting. So in the field of engineering, especially in the planning phase, it is important that the different type of engineers like civil engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, or any other type of engineers and architect should hold a meeting in order for them to decide about a specific goal or decide about their objective as a whole for the project that they will be doing in the next months. So that's it. This will be the last slide of my presentation. So to end this discussion, I leave you with a quote that says a lot about having the most effective leader in the group. So a competent leader can get efficient service from poor troops, while on the contrary, an incapable leader can demoralize the best of troops. Thank you.